a tight weekend in segment 1B as well, and the first one we're looking at is St. Peter's College versus Dharmaraja. That match was reduced to a 60-minute match because of the weather, Sabir, and the point scorer of St. Peter's, Stephen Sivaraj with 1 penalty and 4 conversions, Rahal Delpachitra with 1 try, Theeksha Eshan with another try, Sandesh Javikrama also with 1 try, Sajid Seram and Diat Fernando with a try each as well. And for Dharmaraja, only Kimhan Deshapriya managed to land 2 penalties. So St. Peter's finally getting a big win.
Yes, indeed. 29 points to 6 in the half-time, but if they have another 20 minutes left, they probably could have scored the 50 points mark, Shanaka. They played as a team, even though the weather condition is bad. This is good sign. Delpachitra playing along, and Diat Fernando, we didn't see much spark coming in, but this game he did make some good yards, especially with his twinkle toes. So that's a good sign for St. Peter's considering the second round.
Yeah, I think they need to get that centre combination right. Probably move Theeksha Eshan to number 12 and allow Diat Fernando to run off him. That's something that perhaps Coach Colin Denish should be looking at. But then we had a real tight game up in Kandy. St. Anthony's coming back and with the final kick of the game winning the match. We thought that they were going to win this one easy, but Kingswood showing that there were no pushovers against their traditional rivals.
Yeah, looking at the score line, Shanaka, they have scored 4 tries, which means a bonus point plus losing margin 7 or less more points, and they have a 1.5 bonus point on that game, but they must be absolutely gutted to stay in contention. If they could have won this, they could have stayed in the cup category. But St. Anna is going as favourites for this game, but they struggled a lot, Shanaka. But Samuel Madhuanta, how good he is, highest point scorer so far, 60 points. No one knows Samuel Madhuanta as much as Naveen Hinakankanamge. But this guy will be a vital role for the second round game, Shanaka.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be, and it's good to see him taking the game by the scruff of its neck as well. Dinu Kamarasinghe and Prabodha Bandara scoring the tries for St. Anthony's, and the conversions by Samuel Madhuanta along with 3 penalties from the fly half as well. And then we had Kingswood, Tarindu Oshan, Imesh Sirivadra, Lahiru Ranavira and Heshan Johnson scoring tries for the Kingswoodians and getting the bonus point, and Lahiru Ranavira converting one of those tries as well. But it was a really gripping encounter, Sabir, and St. Anthony's can really count themselves lucky to have come back into that game.
I heard someone saying that after St. Anthony's St. Peter's game there was a brawl between the spectators and the players, and someone said after the Kingswood game as well they have a lack of discipline. But I don't think there's a lack of discipline between the St. Anthony's team. If you look at this, Shanaka, I went through all the articles, there's not a single yellow card have considered so far. I think this is the only team that have done. So credits to coach.
Yeah, I think Vaipa Gururatne is a very strict discipliner and he's a very good technician as well, and he won't tolerate any sort of indiscipline from his side, so that's good to see.
Indeed. So that is the St. Anthony's Kingswood game, and St. Anthony's will be moving for the cup segment and Kingswood will drop into the plate segment in the round 2. And the next game we had in the segment 1 be the match of the week for them, Isipathana versus Science College, 2 unbeaten teams, 2 fast running rugby playing teams, but it was a nail bite at the end, Shanaka. Science came a long way.
Yeah, they did, and Chamod Fernando scored 2 tries for Isipathana, Vagisha Veerasinghe at the number 8, and Harit Bandara also scoring a try for the Isipathanians. Gayan Vikramaratne, the fullback, converting 2 tries and knocking over a penalty. And then Science College had Tarindu Madhuranga, the little winger, who scored 2 tries. Charit Janitha also scored, with Vibuda Sahan putting over 2 conversions and a penalty, and he could have had more points as well, Vibuda Sahan. But looking at the halftime scores, Sabir, we had Science College who were on 8 and Isipathana on 21. They went into a 21 points to 3 lead, and I think they have to only themselves to blame for allowing Science back into the game.
Indeed, Isipathana had very poor lineouts. The first 3 lineouts not straight, and they messed up with that. But Science still had the chance. But Adisha Veeratunga Shanaka, he stole the lineouts. He didn't let Janik Lakshan Laksara to get the lineouts. He stole almost 4 to 5 lineouts, so that led the Science momentum down in the first half, but they were brilliant in the second half. It was too late for them to their performance. Also, the number 8, Vagisha Shanaka, he doesn't look like a number 8, but he was so thin and skinny, and he's so mobile and he's so strong in the fend-off, and the offload ability was superb. He played a man-of-the-match performance.
Yeah, I think he's got that David Pocock-like attitude. He's only a little guy, but he just manages to fly into all the contacts, and he's everywhere. And it's nice to see a number 8 who's playing that sort of game, because at the moment we've got used to just big ball carrying number 8s, but this guy is playing all over the field, just like the old number 8s used to do. And that's something that is really nice to see, because he's always supporting the inside line for the ball carriers. He's scored so many tries off that little inside pop, and his wingers know how to look for him as well. And he's pretty good in defense also. So I think he has been pretty outstanding for Isipathana so far. But the Pathanians need to make sure that if they get into a commanding position early on, that they can't afford leads to slip, because against a better size like Trinity, Royals and Thomases, even Wesley, when they come up against them, they're going to have problems if they're going to be indisciplined when they go into a lead. But that being said, I think Kushan Indunil and Sumudu Rankotke are just an outstanding center combination. They've been carrying the team.
Probably they are the best center combination in the circuit so far. Let's have another key stats on this game. 31 lineouts, 16 scrums, 26 kicks in general play and 8 injuries. That's a lot. But referee Fernando, I don't really think he had a good game, because I wonder first why SLSRFA, I mean the Referees Society, appointed him as a referee, because it's 2 unbeaten team. They have been trying for the DS games and Wesley games, but they should have appointed a better referee to continue to stay in command. That's what the ball came at the end.
Well, it's easy for us to say that, Sabi, but at the same time, how a referee is going to get exposure as well. And I think more than anything else, it's Isipathana just stepping their foot off the gas that allowed Science to come in and make the game into one of those tense affairs that it turned out to be. If they had just put the game to bed, none of these problems would have had arisen. But the issue is, regardless of whatever referee Fernando's performance was like, I mean, I didn't see the game, so I can't comment. I didn't see the whole game, so I can't comment on it. But the fact is that regardless of how it was, the behavior after the game is just unacceptable. I think, not sure whose sets of supporters it was, but the home team needs to make sure that they protect the referee and they make sure that there is no harm that comes to it, because we need more people coming into referee, Sabir, and somebody watching that who thinks, okay, I might like to take up the whistle, they're going to be like, no way, no thanks.
Absolutely. So we have been seeing that no one is coming to willing to take the whistle, but if you're a home team, you should be responsible to put a bit more security. Probably it's a learning curve now, because even at the halftime, few of the Isipathana supporters from one end they invade the pitch without to the other side, so it should be stopped. If you are watching at the game at one place, you should be stay there for the 80 minutes.
Yeah, it is a problem, and Havelock Park allows that to happen. I think it's not anybody's fault, but the fact is that you need to make sure that you cordon off areas of the ground, because player safety is important, referee safety is important. I mean, if you're going to come onto the field and assault a referee, you could come onto the field and assault the opposite team. So that's something that the schools really need to make sure it doesn't happen.
Indeed, the fans should know that there are so many youngsters playing, and they should have given an example, because integrity is the main part in the rugby and respect. So they should think about this as well, not to do that again. And that's all for the segment 1B. Shanaka, let's have a look at the points table for the segment 1B.
Yeah, this points table, Isipathana well out in front. They are the overall leaders of the table if you compare them against segment 1A as well. 27.5 points, because they've scored so many tries. And then we have St. Peter's in at 80, in fact we have Science College in with 23 points. Then we have St. Peter's with 18.5 points. And I think both those teams, St. Peter's and Science, may struggle against their segment 1A opponents. And then St. Anthony's, by the skin of their teeth, making it through to the next round by 13 points, and Kingswood have 7 points, and Dharmaraja coming up behind them as well. But all the teams having a win so far in this segment.
That is really good story. So that's all we have for the segment 1B analysis of week 5, and do join us for the second round action. Until then, Shanaka and myself signing off for ThePapare.com.